where to stop. The eternal Tao is unnameable. In its simplicity, it appears insignificant, but the whole world cannot contain it. If rulers would follow it, their citizens would pay homage. If the people would follow it, there would be no need of rulers. Earth and sky are made one by it, forming sweet dewdrops. When the Tao expresses itself in creation, it becomes visible. If you follow the Tao, you will understand where to stop. Knowing where to stop, you will be free from danger. The Tao is like a stream that empties into an ocean. That's chapter 32 of the Tao Te Ching. And before we begin digging a little bit deeper, I want to pose a question of what does it mean to own something? What does it mean to own a piece of property, a physical item? What does it mean to have ownership over oneself? What does it mean to own value? You can never own value itself. Lived experience itself, it cannot be owned. Yet it's the core of capitalism. And that sets up an interesting dichotomy in a system that is often perceived as being exclusively about the accumulation of money, the ownership of physical property. And, I'm shaking my fist right now because it comes with this perception of force. Yet, ownership and responsibility are very closely related. And both of them involve knowing where to stop. Owning a dog, for example, there's a point of ownership at which one should stop. There's a just and proper way to treat a living creature that extends further to ownership of the self as well. The value that's inherent in having responsibility and control over oneself. And what this chapter says is when the Tao expresses itself in creation, it becomes visible. The things that are in this world are beautiful and indescribable when you compare lived experience to what we're able to communicate. Furthermore, it goes on to say, if you follow the Tao, you will understand where to stop. Knowing where to stop, you will be free from danger. In other words, doing the right thing, understanding what that is, requires some work. It requires doing the act of following something and gaining that knowledge to understand what is dangerous and what is not dangerous. Knowing where to stop in ownership, in property, is a skill that is developed. It's a practice that we engage with. True ownership is a responsibility of care. It is not the purpose of a government to own things or to define ownership or to try to codify these various elements of ineffable lived experience. To try to do that is beyond the role of any communication, let alone something that is expected to be applied to millions upon millions upon millions of people. What government can do, and the proper role of government, is to protect each individual's rights. Their ability to pursue the beautiful things that happen in their life, the things that bring them value, the things which they value regardless of their inexplicable definitions. I can no more explain what it is to be in love than I could to explain what it is to drive a car. At no point, no matter how hard I try to explain what that experience is, as soon as you interpret it through your lens, it becomes your experience. As soon as it's related to your experience of being in love, it's no longer mine. It's no longer the thing itself. There's an incredible value in knowing when to stop talking.